Solve for y. Here we have four equations and we have to find the value of y. So let's go about that. What we want to do is we want to make sure that we isolate the y. So in the end, y will be on one side all by itself, and on the other side we're going to have a numeral value, a number value. So let's start with this. We have minus 2. So we'll do the opposite. We'll do the reciprocal to minus 2, which is to add 2, and we do that to both sides. And what that does, it cancels out the minus 2. And what's left on the left-hand side is minus 6y equals 34 plus 2 is 36. Okay, so now we're ready for the next step. This says y times minus 6 times y. We want to cancel out multiplying by minus 6, so we do the opposite, which is to divide by minus 6, and we do that to both sides. That means the minus 6's are cancelled out, leaving the y. And on this side, 36 divided by minus 6 is minus 6. And so y equals minus 6. If we go over to the original equation and we substitute minus 6 for y, so we go minus 6, and then we substitute. This is minus 6 times y, remember? So that's times, and what did we say y was? Minus 6. That equals 36. Minus 2 is 34, right? And that's what it says here, so we know that minus 6 must be correct. For this equation, minus 2 equals 6y, minus 2 minus 6y equals minus 20. So let's go about cancelling out terms we don't need. So plus 2 to cancel out the minus 2, but we've got to do it to both sides. Minus 2 is now gone. We're left, right, with the term minus 6y, right? So that comes down to the next line of working. And on this side, it says minus 20 plus 2 takes us closer to 0, so it's minus 18. Next step, we have to cancel out multiplying by minus 6, because this is minus 6 times y. We do the opposite of multiplying by 6 by dividing by 6, and we do the same to both sides, or by minus 6, sorry. We do the same to both sides, divide by minus 6. That cancels out the minus 6's, leaving y by itself, which is what we want, and negative 18 divided by negative 6 is positive 3. Let's just see if that actually works. So this here says 6 times y, so let's do that. 6 times, what is it? 3, because we now know what y is, so we substitute that value in, which is 18. And this says minus 2 minus whatever 6 times y was, so that's 18. Minus 2 minus 18 is minus 20, so that must be correct. On this side, we have 28 equals minus 2 minus 6y. So let's go about solving this. We add 2 to this side, we add 2 to this side. That cancels out minus 2. We're left with minus 6y. And on this side, we're left with 30. Let's cancel out the minus 6y times y. We want to cancel out the minus 6, or the multiplying by minus 6. So we divide by minus 6. We do the opposite of timesing by minus 6. And we do that to both sides. So we divide by minus 6. That cancels out the minus 6's on the right. We're left with a y. And on this side, 30 divided by minus 6 is minus 5. So we now know the value of y is minus 5. Let's check it out and see if we're right. So 6 times, now we know the value of y, so we just substitute it in. Minus 5 equals minus 30, right? So this is minus 2 minus 30 minus minus 30, which means plus 30. So minus 2 plus 30 is 28, which is what that says. So that must be correct. And the last one over here, we've got minus 14 equals minus 6y minus 2. So let's do the opposite here. And we eliminate and cancel out the minus 2 on that side. We're left with minus 6y. On this side, minus 14 plus 2 is minus 12. What comes next? We have to cancel out multiplying by minus 6 by dividing by minus 6, and we do that to both sides. And what's left is y, and on this side is minus 12 divided by minus 6 is 2. So y equals 2. And we should substitute in to make sure we're correct. This here says 6 times y. We know what y is. It's 2. So that equals 12, right? And this is minus 6 times 2, so that's minus 12. We minus another 2, and that takes us to minus 14, minus 14. And that's what we started with right here, so we now know that y equals 2 is correct.